What's going on, you all? Coach Reese here, Prophletics Fitness, coming to bring you a video about one of the hottest topics, unfortunately, that is being put out on social media, and that is walking versus running for fat loss. Before I get into this topic, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. I'll handle the rest by bringing you quality content revolving around boxing, capoeira, and the world of fitness. Let's get to it. Walking versus running for fat loss. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine on Sunday or whatnot, and he asked me about this. He said he talked to someone and they told him what bodybuilders do actually, works. He was saying what bodybuilders do is get on a treadmill for, let's say, a 3.0 speed, put it on a nasty incline, 7, 8 and above or whatever, and they walk in order to get their body fat down. And that's what bodybuilders do to get their body fat down to that position as to where they're ready to get on stage and compete. He asked me for verification on that. And here's the truth. Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Competitive bodybuilders. Remember, that word right there is the difference maker. Competitive bodybuilders. They get on the treadmill. Diet pending. Remember, always diet and nutrition pending. So diet and nutrition pending, they get on the treadmill or a Stairmaster at a very slow speed to get on there and go for a very long time as well. You're talking 45 minutes to an hour, and this is close to their showtime, where they're aiming to not dig into their glycogen stores because that comes from muscle tissue. The sugar comes from muscle tissue and their liver. They want to go directly into their fat stores. So what they do is get on that treadmill or that stair mill. If they're on a treadmill, maybe a 3.0 speed, I haven't seen them go any faster than 4.0. But a nice high incline, and they'll sit there for however long it takes. Remember, their job is to hold on to as much muscle tissue as they can while digging into their body fat stores. Here is the issue with that, or one of the issues. I'm going to cover a myriad of them, but here are the issues with that for you. First question for you, are you a competitive bodybuilder? Thanks. Unless you're a competitive bodybuilder, these rules should not apply to you. This approach shouldn't apply to you. All right? Understand that competitive bodybuilders take their body fat down to an extremely low, dangerous rate for their on-stage show or their on-stage performance or whatnot. They go into the depths of danger. Look it up for yourself. It's dangerous hormonally. Not only are they in a low state of body fat, or a super low state of body fat where it's 6% below, 6%, 5%, 4%, some 3%, but they even go up there in a condition called dry, where their body is dehydrated, which is why when they pull their skin, it takes a while for it to actually go back flush like it's supposed to go. It is dangerous to do that. You are actually at the worst phase of health when you're competing to find out that you're in better shape than someone. That stuff is not in shape, okay? That shit's not in shape. I'm just going to say what it is. It's not being in shape. It's dangerous. And you see a lot of people dying from it now, enlarged hearts. And that can be done from the PEDs that they're on. But anyway, there is nothing logically safe about a bodybuilder's approach to losing body fat. If you yourself are looking towards a bodybuilder or a competitive bodybuilder, which the doggone media has done anyway, right? They've plastered these pictures of individuals, perfect pictures of individuals during their competition phase, and made that the height of fitness. And now you're chasing after that short moment in time that they have on stage, because that's the only time that they're in that type of shape. They do not walk around like that. They don't walk around like that. So they get down to that little bitty moment that they're on stage for 10 minutes. They plaster it in your face and say, hey, that's the myriad, or that's the pinnacle of fitness right there. That's what you should go after right there. So then that's where those extra supplements get pushed, right? Because highly likely somebody who's doing competitive bodybuilding is on PEDs. On a lot of these cases, don't be fooled. A lot of them are on PEDs, and I have no problem with it being on PEDs. I'm not on PEDs, never have been, but my problem comes in this form right here. You're on PEDs, and then you're out here talking to the general public saying, hey, I'm on creatine and glutamine and BCAAs and arginine and all the carnitine and all these other things with a perfect diet when you're forgetting to tell them what's over here in your pharmacy cabinet. The inauthenticity of it right there is what really pisses me off. And that's what makes me go after a lot of these individuals. However, back to the basis of it. Nothing about bodybuilding is healthy. The approach isn't healthy. You trying to go after something that they only conquer or only are at for a small moment in time is not healthy. You're not going to walk around like that. You're not going to walk around with razor shredded abs sub 6%. Okay, that's not reality. All right, you're going to have a little bit of body fat on you. You know, I hear people complain about getting down to a certain low level in the single digits too, in the single digits of body fat, which is like 9, 8, and they're still complaining like, man, I just can't get down anymore. Listen, yeah, you can. You can join the bodybuilding club and you can go dangerously low and damn near die if you want to. And, you know, stand up there in the mankinis and the bikinis and all that and be told that you look better than somebody else while you're damn near on your deathbed. You can do that if you want to, but in order to get to that level, you need to go ahead and just compete. Sign up for a show. Because that's the only way that you're going to go ahead and commit 100% to that level of dangerousness that they do, right? So that's the trade-off when it comes to actually using the bodybuilder's approach to losing body fat all the way. Get away from the bodybuilder's approach. Get away from the bodybuilder's approach. Firstly, know your own body type. Are you an ecto, a meso, or an endo? And then get into an approach as to where you can actually sustain it and maintain it. Bodybuilders don't move. There is nothing, zero, zilch, nothing athletic about a bodybuilder. They can get as mad as they want to. Let me ask you a question to the viewers. Have you ever seen a bodybuilder jog? Have you ever seen a bodybuilder jump rope? You ever seen a bodybuilder jump, box jumps? You ever seen a bodybuilder do ball slams? Their entire approach is about the aesthetic, the look. Their entire approach is turning their body into a statue. The body is not a statue. It is a vehicle of movement. It is something that's supposed to be strong, and I'm not saying they're not strong, but they're not as strong as their body puts off to be optically. So when you look at them, you're looking like, oh man, this individual has to be as strong as Thanos or Thor. Nope, they don't care about being strong. They don't care about being mobile. They don't care about being flexible, and they don't care about endurance. And all four of those are pillars of fitness. The 4 pillars of fitness: strength, endurance, mobility, flexibility. They don't care about none of them. They care about the optics. They care about what they look like. And too much of fitness is put around what we damn look like. That is not fitness. That shit is trash. That is a beauty pageant. That's all it is, a beauty pageant with a statue. And your body's the statue. And then after they get off the stage, and I've worked at some of these shows, right? Backstage, these competitive bodybuilders, which you all idolize because you want their V-cuts and their drawn in muscles and their sucked in hard faces. These people that you idolize are the most grumpy, grouchy, emotional individuals ever. They're back there complaining, mad and angry because they're hungry, dry, dizzy, lightheaded. All they're looking for is, where is the nearest greasy spoon after I get off this stage? They are freaking miserable backstage. Miserable. They can't wait for it to be over. Not only that, but they're socially awkward, super socially awkward, right? Because the lifestyle that they chose means they have no cheat meals. Me personally, I'll take 2 or 3 cheat meals a week, and they'll still fairly be, moderately healthy or whatnot, but it's things that I can go out and enjoy time with my wife and my kids with. These bodybuilders, when it comes to their competition, ain't no cheating. No cheat meals. And a lot of the seasonings that you put on foods, can't have them because they got to watch for sodium bloat. It's so detailed and so minute, all for a look. All for a look. That is the most aggravating part. The things that we do for a look. We destroy ourselves for a look. Nothing athletic about a bodybuilder. A bodybuilder is not an athlete. I don't care what you say. There's nothing athletic about putting on a mankini and going on stage next to another guy to flex your looks and say that I'm a better athlete than you. Where is the athletic prowess? Where is the athletic performance? Athletes perform, athletes move, athletes have strength that is actually applicable to what they're doing. They're explosive, they're mobile, they have great coordination. Nothing athletic about bodybuilding, so I want to encourage you, unless you are A, competitive bodybuilder, or B, somebody who just wants to fight sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the body's natural aging process where when you get to the age of 30 and over and 40 and 50, your body naturally loses muscle tissue faster and faster and faster. Unless you're at that rate right there, and even the higher rate of sarcopenia. I'm 45 and a half, whatever you want to call it. I'll be 46 in less than 6 months. Less than 5 months. Sheesh. All right, so over 46 and a half. So I still train like an athlete, okay? I have some weight training that I do that is bodybuilding tailored or whatnot, but I box and I'm a professor in Capoeira. So I am a combat athlete. Listen, you have to be an athlete. You have to be an athlete for life. You have to make sure that your body stays moving and get away from just the looks of things. The look is destroying people, not only from that aspect, but also with these GLP-1s and what are the things called? I can't think of it right now. The shots, the fat loss shots where people are looking like lollipops. You know, you've got the big heads and the string bodies or whatever. And then they can't put on muscle tissue because they're destroying their muscles. That's what they're losing on the doggone Ozempic. That's what they're losing on the O. The look is destroying us. Get away from these look-based goals. There's more to this than looks. You should feel good. You should move good. You should be strong. You should be able to jump. You should be able to, when you fall down, you should be able to get up. You should be able to sustain falls. Listen, nothing healthy about bodybuilding, nothing athletic about bodybuilding. Stay away from the bodybuilding approach. You need to run. Let them have the 3.0 walk or whatever, because they're going to be over there for about 45 minutes to an hour. And here's the thing. Let's say a bodybuilder and an athlete got on a treadmill, right? And they stayed on there for the same amount of time. Let's say 30 minutes per. The bodybuilder who's walking at 3.0 at the steep incline and the athlete who's jogging, who's maybe on a 1% incline or whatever the case may be, maybe 6.0, 6.5 or whatever running, this person in the same time period, the athlete is still going to burn more fat than the person who's on the treadmill over here. Some of the calories are going to come from the glycogen, like I told you, the sugar produced from the muscles and the liver. However, that that higher work rate is still going to make this person burn more calories from fat than the individual over here. The individual over here, the bodybuilder, wants to solely burn from fat. They want to preserve the muscle tissue to get on stage in their mankini and their bikini piece. That's the difference. You should work on strengthening your heart. Run. You increase the stroke rhythm of your heart, which means that your heart can now send more oxygenated blood to your working muscles. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and beat on bodybuilders too tough, because that's what they do. That's what they love to do. Do that. You, the average person, the average fitness person, get away from all the bodybuilding principles. That stuff is hurting you more than it's helping you. Okay? Listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to go on any more rants or go on any longer about this. I hope this helped you. I hope this helps guide you. I hope this helps pull you in the right direction, adjust your GPS to the direction that you need to focus on. Because a lot of you are misguided by these perfect picture takers or these perfect picture editors. All of this damn software that we have out here right now is tearing you guys' perception of reality up. People are sucking their waist in and etching more abs on or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, I gotta go out here and do that. That is not reality. Reality is, hey, guess what? You're gonna carry a little bit of body fat. It's okay. It's all right. You have to get back to the essence of the pillars of true fitness: strength, endurance, mobility, flexibility. If it doesn't involve those four, it's not fitness. Aesthetics isn't fitness, and it's damn sure not athletic. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video.